Hello, everyone. I'm Mark,
And I'm Rob.
and it's Rob's birthday. Happy birthday, Rob.
Thank you. Thank you
This
very
is his
much.
39th birthday once again. I'm not sure how many times he's had his 39th birthday, but I think it's like 100.
Just keeps
So,
repeating and repeating. Oh my gosh.
all right. So, anyways, we had a great game last night. We're going to cover that, and we're going to cover all four matchups, even though we don't know the exact matchup against the Celtics because there's a game 7 today. We'll talk about that also. Just a reminder, please like and subscribe. When you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and that'll let you know when our new videos come up. And also, we have a live show on Monday, May 6th at 7 o'clock for an hour. You can call in, and you can also make live comments down below.
We'd love to hear from you. Would like please come and like to hear comments from you. That'd be great.
So that's gonna be Monday. It's gonna be every Monday except for a major holiday like Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend, or Christmas or New Year's. If that's every Monday, so you're gonna probably almost 50 shows will live shows we'll have this year. All right. Anyway, so last night we've had I like that expression. Playoffs where legends are born. I don't know who came up with that in the marketing department in the NBA, but I really like that. And we know what's going to happen right now is we have a legend being born last night, and he scored 43 points.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you watch the game last night, Rob?
Yes, I did. It was a great game. I thought in the beginning the Wolves were taking it to him in the beginning. I'm like, what's going on here? But of course, Denver being Denver came right back into the game, which made it a great game.
Anthony Edwards had came out this summer as a player where he kind of like took over. That it didn't have the superstars on the team, obviously, but he made a name for himself this summer as someone who's really going to be a great player. And then he had a great year, and he's about sixth in the MVP consideration right now, and he's going to be probably second team All Pro, just missing a first team All Pro, I think. And so he's one of the top 6 players in the league right now. It looks like, and he's a good defender too. It isn't just all offense. And he had like 2 steals and block yesterday, I believe. I'm not even looking at his stats, but that's
he had one steal and 2 blocks.
1 steal and 2 blocks. Okay,
yeah.
It was one of those 2. So he shot well too. He was 17 for 29 and 3 from 7 from the 3-point line, and 7 rebounds, which is obviously good for a guard. 3 assists, a steal, 2 blocks, like you said, and only 1 turnover. I mean, that's a fantastic game. It really was.
Yeah, but his mindset now is, he even told his teammates, I heard that, it's like, hey, let's do this. I'm ready to, like you said, it's ready to shine. Let's all get together and let's do this.
And Reggie Miller, I mean, said twice, is he the best all around player in the league right now, offensively and defensively? It was right after I think he got a steal or something like that, and then he got a block. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if he is or not, because I don't think there's. I mean, Jokic is the best player in the league right now, first of all, and he plays some defense, so I don't think that's necessarily true. But other than Jokic, you can make that argument that he's the best all around player next, because Doncic doesn't play great defense. And I think Anthony Edwards is a better defender than SGA. So who knows? Who knows? Jason Tatum plays good defense, but not great defense.
And right. I mean, Brunson's doing great with the offense, but like I said, his defense still is a little suspect. But yeah, I would say I would agree.
It's a little bit of a stretch.
Overall, he is really a good ball player. He's a great ball player.
Giannis also plays offense and defense too, so I'm not sure if Reggie Miller is correct in that one. But he looks like, we got Victor W. I always pronounce his last name wrong. He looks like he's going to be the best player in the league at some point.
Wembanyama.
And so I don't know if, is Anthony Edwards going to be the best player in the league when Victor is probably going to be in like 2 or 3 years. So we'll find out, but he's certainly going to be in the top 5 for the next 10 or 12 years. It looks like. He's 22 years old, and he's got a charming smile and personality, and he seems to have a great attitude. So
yeah, he's exciting. He's a very exciting player. The way he plays, he'll go in for a dunk. He can shoot the ball. So he's turning out to be a well-rounded, like I said, complete player.
So we don't want to just talk about him, but it looks like that's his coming. It looks like this is going to be his coming out party. It's just one game, but it was not a big surprise because of, like I said, what happened this summer and how he had a really good year. So I noticed that during the game, Jamal Murray came out, had a calf injury, and he was 0 for 4 in the first half. And the second half, I don't know if they gave him a shot in the locker room, but he played better, and he actually ended up scoring 17 points in the second half. And he shot pretty well. He was 6 for 14 and 2 for 4 from 3. So I don't know if they gave him one of those little injections into his calf or whatever, but he played better in that game. What do you think, Rob?
I think you got a little injection, maybe a little leg massage there, and with the magic cream there that they have, like Tiger Balm, like they have over in Asia, a little Tiger Balm, loosen it up a little. So
whatever it was, he played better, but it cost him in the first half because he just wasn't himself, So, anyways, but Jokic had obviously another great game for him, average game for him, but another great. He had 8 rebounds and 9 assists. Besides, he scored 32 points. But they had a lot of they rotated defenders against him, and they have a lot of height, which is going to be a problem for I think any team they play against. Like when they play Boston in the finals or OKC, whatever, if they play them. But they were rotating Towns and Gobert.
Or the Knicks.
Or the Knicks, which isn't going to happen. But okay, and Reed, they played Reed against him too. So they were, and it made Jokic look a little tired from all the defense that was against him, especially in the first half when Murray wasn't doing anything.
Well, Naz Reid came off the bench and scored 14 points, and he looked really nice too. He made a difference in that game also.
Who's that? I'm starting. Who made
Naz
a difference?
Reid, the center.
Oh, great.
He
scored 16 points. So yeah. But he did. He had a good game. Yeah, they got some depth. Maybe they got more depth than Denver. They certainly have more height. It's good that Michael Porter Jr. is picking up his game for the playoffs because they really needed him last night, especially in the first half, and he scored 20 points.
Yeah, like I said, I've been noticing that all through the playoffs. He's really turned on his game, especially with the 3-pointers. That's really helping him. He's 4 for 7 on 3-pointers. That brought him back in the game.
So my brother's a basketball fan, and he thinks Denver has an unfair advantage for the Mile Arena. And last night they didn't win, so we'll see what happens. What happens in the future? But they lost the game at home, and now I have them winning this in 7. But now it's in doubt. I don't know if Jamal Murray's going to continue to have a sore calf. He's going to get better. I don't know if Anthony Edwards is going to explode like that every game. Jokic is always going to be there for, but it's going to be a great series. It's going to be
Edwards is going to be there every game. That's no doubt. It's just like I said, it's going to have to be with the other players. I mean, Gobert and like the bench players. Reed's a good ball player. I've seen him play. He's a good, nice bench player, 6-man coming into the game. But Edwards is he's a spoon that stirs the coffee. He gets them all going, gets the energy going. And they're number one in They're number one in the league in defense. So that's why.
Well, who did you put this in the video last time? Who'd you pick for this series?
I picked Minnesota.
Minnesota, and how many?
I think the same thing about 7. It's going to be 7.
7. All right, I'm going to keep with Denver in 7. So we got a game 7 tonight. Speaking of game 7, so it's right. Orlando at Cleveland. It's in Cleveland. I guess I'm going to take Cleveland, but I don't think it makes any difference. They're going to I think they're going to lose to Boston. Whoever wins is going to lose to Boston, and within 5 games probably.
This series to me was one of the lower. I don't know if check the stats. Probably the lower rated games unless you're from Orlando and Cleveland to watch.
You're a Cleveland Browns fan, but obviously you're not a Cleveland Cavaliers fan.
No. I know which side my bread is buttered, so to speak. So.
All right, but anyways, I'm going to watch the game tonight because it's Game 7. It's one of the sweetest sounds in sports is Game 7. So I'm going to watch that today, and it's the only game on today. It's on ABC. So
I'll watch a little. I'm going to watch a little bit of it. I'm not going to watch the whole game because
it's your birthday.
Yeah, it's my birthday. Yeah.
All right, you go. So are you going to? Are you taking Cleveland or Orlando?
They're playing at home. The Cleveland might pull it out. They might pull it out.
All right, favored by 3.5. All right, so I'm taking that, and so you're going to take Boston over that if the winner.
Oh yeah,
okay. All right. So let's talk about Rob's New York Knicks.
Yes,
they're playing Indiana. And I'll say up front, I'm taking the Knicks in 6 in that one, even though.
Oh, wow! They're taking my Knicks.
Knicks in 6.
Wow. Well, I got the Knicks. I ain't no jive. Knicks in 5. So
You're taking him in 5. Rob's really confident about his New York Knicks, so we'll see. He thinks they're going to win the NBA title. Go down below and make a comment if you think he's delusional about the Knicks winning the NBA title,
I
especially
don't know about delusional, but I mean, I'm also realistic. Delusional is kind of a strange word to say. They do have it. I mean, they have a good shot. Why? To everybody goes with the stats, and they look on the paper. On paper, this team should be winning, but when the games start, it's a whole different ball game. You can do all the stats. Indiana's beating the Knicks 2-1 this year, and Denver they beat Minnesota 3-1 this year, and they just lost the game. So
it
goes all the way. It goes the stat thing all.
I'll be honest. I'm telling you, I'm be surprised if it's not OKC, Minnesota, Denver, or Boston wins the NBA title. I'll be very surprised. I'll say I'm wrong because if any of those 4 don't win it, I'll be very surprised. I think Boston's going to win it, but any of those 4 could win it. Indiana is not a pushover there. They have a very looking at their stats here in the playoffs. They have a very balanced attack. They actually have 3, 6, 7 people that average 9.5 points or more.
Oh yeah, they're a good team. They're a very good team, but their defense is not that good. And then they're horrible for offensive rebounds. So which is what the Knicks are number 1 in the league in offensive rebounds. So that could hurt them a lot.
All right. Well, they got 3 players that score a lot: Pascal, Turner, and Tyrese. And Tyrese is averaging 9.3 assists. He led the league in assists again this year. So they're not going to be pushovers.
Well, what helps them is they have Turner. Miles Turner is another one, just like Embiid. He can go outside 3-point line. He can shoot the 3-pointers, so that'll bring some of the players out. Their thing is that they're one of the fast-paced teams in the league. They get the ball and they go. So when you miss a shot, you better get back on defense.
Right. So, anyways, that's matchup is Rob and I kind of agree. How many games do you think it's going to take them to win? How many games do you think it's going to go, Rob?
For the Knicks and Pacers?
Yeah.
I just told you 5.
In 5. Okay. All right. So let's see what happens next. We got another series coming up. We're going to have to play OKC. Has to play Dallas. Right. Mm-hmm. So, all right. I'm taking OKC in 6 on that one too.
Me too. Me also. I picked them in 6.
Okay. All right. Cool. So in 6, and you think they're going to give him a hard time though, Rob?
Who, Dallas? Of course. Yeah. They got the 2. They got Irving. If you watch Kyle Irving, he's another amazing player. He's probably one of the best finishers to the basket I've ever seen. I mean, the last game I saw him play, he had 3 guys on him, and somehow he put the ball in the basket. He's really amazing, Kyle Irving.
I will say that Kyrie Irving has actually not been a detriment to the team for once. And he's playing really well. In fact, he's actually coming up clutch because he's playing twice as well in the second half as he is in the first half. So we'll see what happens with that. But they got 2 major players, obviously. Luka Doncic is playing. He's a little hurt, I understand it. But
yeah, he's got a little hurt. He's another. All these calf injuries are coming up with these players. It's really I don't know.
Just a lot of injuries in general.
Do you think the season's too long, or is just that
I think these players are faster, stronger, and jump higher and run harder than they did 50 years ago. So it takes more of a toll on their body for 82 games. And I think that's why they're having trouble playing all 82 games and then not being injured.
I don't think not just 50 years ago. I'd say just maybe in the last 20 years. In the 20 years, we've seen
whatever. Just every year the players become that much more in those ways that I just mentioned. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why it's taken more of a toll than it did, when they were kind of jogging around. What was that?
I don't know about jogging around. Okay, they still played hard. 20 years, they still played hard jogging around. I don't.
When they had all the slow white guys in the early 50s.
Didn't you see the airplane when they questioned the kid questioned Jabbar about he says, well, you try carrying around
the movie Airplane.
Yeah, you hear what he said. You try carrying him around for like.
No, I'm just saying they are it's like the pitchers in baseball. They threw hard in the early 1900s, but not as hard as they do now. They didn't throw as many fastballs, and so they can't last as long.
Well, that's another subject because I believe pitchers here. I mean, all you do is pitch 3 or 4 innings, and that's it. Compared to the starters, in baseball, that pitch almost like 9 innings.
But maybe they have to shorten the season, and it's going to be tough to do because of the amount of revenue each game gives them, both at the stadium and on TV. So we'll find out what happens.
Yeah.
But there's too many injuries for my taste. Just like I don't like it when a quarterback goes down. I don't like it when a star player goes down in the NBA.
But then, like in the Knicks case, when your star player goes down, you gotta pick up. You go next man up. So you can't whine and complain. This guy's hurt. You got to keep playing.
Right. So okay. So those are the 4 series that are going to be up tonight, and we have Game 7. Anything else you want to? Any other predictions or anything else you want to say about the games coming up, Rob?
I think they're going to be a lot like you saw last night's game. The intensity has definitely stepped up compared to regular season. It's really exciting to watch that. It's not that boring where they just come down and be able to shoot the ball. The teams that never really played defense really now have to play defense. So I think that every team is stepping up, which is kind of cool. Yeah,
and I think every round the intensity even goes up too, especially the series become more and more competitive and more important. And I was watching the game yesterday and I go, my God, this is like 5 times more intense than a regular season game, which I don't watch a lot of regular season. I've said that before. I admit that because the playoffs are so long and almost all the best players make the playoffs, so I can watch them then. And the intensity is so much better in the playoffs. And there's so many games to watch that's I get enough of a fill that way.
Right.
Like regular season basketball, I don't know. If they shorten the season, maybe they'll be more intense.
I don't watch regular season basketball to the 4th quarter. Most, that's when they kind of turn.
Well, the NFL only plays 17 games, so every game is intense. You don't have that regular season downside to that. So, and we'll get to the NFL because that's my favorite sport. So don't worry if you're an NFL fan and all you see is basketball videos right now, except for like the draft. Because, hey, it's not football season. So,
right.
Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification button. Make some comments down below. And everybody can wish Rob a happy birthday. And you can even actually wish him tomorrow night because we have our live show tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. It's going to be every Monday, Eastern time, by the way, because we're in the East. And you can call in and you can make comments and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure. Call in, Collins, and talk about my Knicks, talk about the playoffs. Everything that'd be great.
You don't have to talk about the Knicks. We talk about the Knicks enough of the show.
Oh no, we'll talk about Caitlin Clark because that's running out too. So
I'm kidding. So tomorrow night we're gonna talk about the NBA playoffs, and we'll talk about Caitlin Clark if people want to. If not, we'll just concentrate on the NBA playoffs. All right. So, anyways, we'll see you later. Thanks for listening.
All right. Peace out.